What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Espresso, and welcome back to another Call of Duty 2016 video here today. What we're going to be discussing here in this one is the potential release of Call of Duty 2016, but more specifically, only on current generation consoles. But before we get too far in, if you guys want to check out a giveaway that me and a couple of friends are hosting here, that link can be found in the description below. We're going to be giving away a tub of G Fuel and 2 pairs of Control Freaks. The winner will get a tub of G Fuel as well as a pair of Control Freaks, and another winner will get just a pair of Control Freaks. So that link is down in the description below. But Call of Duty 2016, this is where, again, all of the information and speculation comes out right around this time frame. So I figured I wanted to touch base on this before we get anything here officially confirmed. This actual information might not come until a little bit later in the year, but it's something that is probably going to be a very relative concern and a massive topic of interest here within this next title for Call of Duty. These discussions have stirred up the community previously, and I guarantee that later down the line, we'll see a lot of the community stirred up about this as well, because believe it or not, there is a lot of people still on last generation PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. So will Call of Duty 2016 come to those consoles? My personal thought is no. I do not believe that Call of Duty 2016 will be getting any port or support here on the 360 and PlayStation 3. And as much as I hate to say that, because I do know that I have some viewers that are still on those consoles, last generation is now effectively dead. It is an obsolete console. Whether or not that is something that really strikes a nerve with some people, it's over 10 years old now. And while some people may not want to upgrade, the truth of the matter is the console hardware just is not strong enough anymore to support new games coming out here. Taking outside sources away from the equation here, let's focus just on Call of Duty and the recent titles within the franchise. We've seen a slow and steady decline in the amount of support for Call of Duty on last generation. Ghost was the first to offer what was then considered next-gen support on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. That actually wasn't too bad of a port off. I know that I bought a 360 copy of Ghosts, and everything seemed fine. The graphics, the support, all that kind of stuff seemed perfectly fine for a Call of Duty title. Whenever I upgraded to Xbox One and got it over there, the game wasn't drastically different. A lot of the lighting was different because there was obviously more hardware that the console could work with, and there was more assets that could be allocated into that, but relatively they were right around the same plateau. Advanced Warfare was the first noticeably different port here. Current generation of Advanced Warfare was vibrant and such. The graphics, the lighting, the audio all had a perception of art and depth to it here. That was something that was noticeably different because the last generation port was pretty much drab and dull. There wasn't too much, textures were missing, the audio wasn't as clear and didn't have as much depth. That's something that I always focus on here with current generation versus last generation, because being a guy that comes from an audio background, that's one of the things that I pick up on immediately. But Black Ops 3, moving on though, however, is where it takes a massive nosedive. I personally did not believe that Black Ops 3 should be on last generation, and I understand some people cannot get up to current generation systems, but when the title looks like Tomb Raider from 1996, that's gotta speak some volumes. The game's graphics were clear in terms of text and the easy things for the game to render, but textures are literally non-existent in last generation ports. The game is missing key components of the game, such as campaign, as well as DLC at all. There's literally no DLC for last generation, so the gameplay itself even doesn't run at 60 FPS. It runs at 30 frames per second to try and compensate for the limit that it can run at here. That part to me is absolutely astounding because that places the progress of the franchise back quite a few years in terms of gameplay. So with all that said, it's pretty clear that the support has been going down gradually here, and with a title coming from Infinity Ward this year, having 3 years on a current generation development and previously a cycle to work with both, I think that this one is going to put the entire focus on current gen only. So I think there are pros and maybe cons for both sides here. I know a lot of people don't necessarily want to upgrade if you are stuck on 360 or PlayStation 3. But then again, you have to think about it in the terms of the fact that you're getting a game that literally is not complete. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 on the 360 and PlayStation 3 versions actually sold for less than the market value here that they usually go for because the game wasn't complete. I still personally think, and this is all personal preference, that the 360 and PlayStation 3 ports actually were still overpriced for what you paid for what you got. but that's none of my concern and none of my business. I don't have the say in any of that. But whenever the game is going to be less than what you can actually attain on current generation, and you're not getting near as much as what you pay for, leaving out that hindrance is actually a better outcome, I think, here, even if it does neglect some users. And for those that want this game to be current generation only, that means that we have more full time spent on development of one singular, more focused area of the game, which hopefully should reduce bugs and glitches and things like that, and also make for a much more solid gameplay experience. So that's where we're gonna wrap this one up here today, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to get your feedback here on this one. Do you think that Call of Duty 2016 should only be current generation, that being Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC only? Or do you think that they should include a port here for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360? I would love to hear your thoughts here on this one, and I'd love to hear any counter argument that you may have. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did like this video, be sure to like, rating down below. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're on that road to 30,000 subscribers, so every little bit does help, and is, as always, greatly appreciated. But mine has been Nikolai Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care, and peace.